Hello and good evening, Philippines. Once again, my name is Boom Gonzalez with Anne Remulla Kanda. Tinsay, of course, inside the BCV Socio Civic and Cultural Center in Bacaray, Ilocos Norte. Me and Anne are right here at the One Sports Studio in Reliance.
Yes, it was a good comeback. This is where, we were mentioning earlier, they were trying the right combination of players on the floor, trying to see who could be the spark plug, no? Who can change and turn the momentum on their side, and they found it. Although it was a bit close, I think the good thing to note there is that they really did hang on to that third set.
Down 8, and then they had eventually 3 set points, and eventually taking it at 27-25. The first set was 25-18 for CREAMLINE, 25-20 also for CREAMLINE, who are ahead 2, serving 1. And 2 back-to-back, or back-to-back service errors from Phillips and Valdez. What did it for the Lady Realtors? What's the simple explanation? How did they come back and stay and then win that third set?
I think there was a bit more organization, and they got a bit more comfortable with each other. And I think on top of that, the combination of players, putting in, trying out different players who could score the points. And they found one that worked.
Right.
And they, stuck with it.
Yung hugot kay
Yung
Jovi
hugot
Prado,
eh.
maganda yun, para kay Coach Orculio. At saka maaga niya linagay during that deficit actually. And it worked for him.
And it's good to have a bit of support because it's been Phillips, Maizo. You need some other players to bring in the points.
You're right. She was blocked there though by Bangs. For serving 2. I love that serve of Arisa Sato. You think it's a miss serve, but it's actually something that she does. She either serves it sharp and long, or that dead and short, the dead ball that doesn't have any kind of spin.
It's a very good floater.
Yeah.
And floater serves are quite difficult to receive because it's hard to read.
Right. And then she has another one that like skims almost the net. Na ang tulis. But the point goes to the Lady Realtors though in that rally. 3, serving 4. Phillips keeps it alive. Cheng opens up behind to Pontillas. Atienza. Gumabaw off the block. Getting a good workout here. Speaking of workout, during the whole week, when you enter this bubble, the teams only have 1 hour of court time every day. Hati-hati. All of the 10 teams.
I don't know if they're thankful for that, especially those who have had too much training.
But imagine that. So the trick now here for them, even during the court time practices, is in the hotel room, they're already warming up. Even in transit, which they say is a 30-minute ride, bus ride, from the hotel to the court where they're playing right now, is a 30-minute ride. So even in the bus,
they stretch,
they're doing
they do
their activations and their warm-ups.
And so they really maximize that 1 hour on the court.
Yan. Para pagdating daw sa court, training na kagad, court time na kagad. Michelle Gumabaw is like, gearing up right now, giving them a 2-point lead, 6-4. Because you don't want to do your warm-ups when you just get to the court dahil nga isang oras na lang.
You waste a lot of time for the...
Correct. (6-4) is the score. Cheng. In the middle, Palomata. Sinungkit yung bola. Pero lumabas. 7-4. Realtors extending this to a 4th set. Tawag nila sungkit, Pero couldn't keep it in play. Galanza with the hop. Cheng opens up. Phillips.
Ooh.
Oh, that worked.
It was not the best sets for Phillips, but still a point.
Ginawa ng paraan. Sometimes MJ Phillips, even before when I would see her play, she strikes you like she's casual about things, no? But
Yeah.
and I'm not saying that she's not intense. It's just that yung disposition niya, mukhang casual. In the meantime, our very own Ai Tinsay had a chat with Tots Carlos. Let's listen to that one.
Former UP Lady Maroon MVP and All-Star Tots Carlos is now playing for the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers. I asked her earlier on what is her contribution to the team given that she had the opportunity to go head-to-head with them last season. And how's your experience playing with men?
And like also kung every day going to training thinking na actually hindi siya compete eh. Like train beside Ate Michelle is exciting and I feel motivated every day kasi yun nga healthy competition but at the same time marami akong natututunan from her.
Tots Carlos there. We haven't seen her in action here today, but the word is from her teammates in practices. I've heard from her teammates that she has, the words that were used were, she has gone to another level now.
Oh,
in
I
terms
cannot
of her
wait
play.
to see that.
In terms of her play, yes.
You know, you were speaking of Phillips being a bit casual or parang medyo relaxer. You know, another player on the side of the Lady Realtors who's like that is Cheng. If you
Right.
would recall,
Ever since.
she's been like that, parang very relaxed.
Leslie Angata, back,
Na ganyan,
diba?
diba? Yung
Yung
parang
mga-
chill na chill sila sa lahat ng ginagawa.
Kala
But then
mo-
they're there.
Yeah. Kala mo, warm up lang.
Oo.
But it defies, you know, what you believe about intensity and what the concept of intensity. Pero grabe maglaro. At grabe yung laro natin right now. It is 9-6. Valdez checked and touches the line, captures the line. 7 serving 9. The Santa Lucia Lady Realtors are proving to be a pesky opponent today for the Pineda again, keeping it alive. It's good stuff from Jovi Prado. One of 4 Petrogas Angels who have transferred to the Santa Lucia Lady Realtors. It's good reaction there. Nice pickup by Eliza Galanza. And Gemma Galanza with a little bit of heat on that one. And MJ Phillips could not handle it.
Galanza has been favoring that.
I think that's part of the danger when you play against MJ and Isa. They lull you to sleep. They lull you and playing possum. That's on 9 attacks. And a couple of service aces. That's out.
A touch.
But, okay. And Michelle said, tournament.
You know, it's very tricky, this new normal of how we play.
Super,
Ano?
yeah.
It's not just about you knowing how to play volleyball. It's how all of these athletes, the coaching staff, learned, to adjust their training. It's how they learn, adjusting in going back,
Right.
as in games like these.
Right. Nobody has any kind of experience or frame of reference, anything like this, as Jovi Prado finally stops the bleeding. The lead was at 9 already, and the biggest of the match. But Jovi Prado, if the Lady Realtors lose this, and we still have a lot to play, right? But if they do, Ed Orculio might have found a better combination to start with here. Not to say anything about Jonas Abete, because she was wonderful in that first set, but sometimes it's, correct me if I'm wrong, and sometimes it's a combination that works. better with some players, right?
And against an opponent, a specific
Yeah,
opponent.
that's another point, yes. As MJ Phillips gets that one. Because Jonas Abete was great in that first set. Hindi lang talaga nila maitapos yung trabaho kanina.
But Prado has been consistent, you know, as she was put in. We've seen how consistent she's been.
So has Gemma Galanza.
Very consistent
Yes.
in delivering the points.
Now they are 6 points away. Down 7. Sorry, down 8. Let's see if they can come back still like they did. They were down 8, the most in set number 3. But now it's back to the biggest lead of the match at 9. So now maybe a substitution will be made here by Coach Orgulio. Maybe the Joey Prado experiment has already over. But you know, these are things that sometimes happen in a game.
And then she's, you know, delivered while she was in the front
Parang
line.
yeah.
It's a different story probably in the back row.
So they're going to try again with Kai Balwalwa. Actually, Prado is still there. Ruby De Leon is now in. Check that. MJ Phillips. This is a completely different combination. We haven't seen this before. And Prado, Phillips, De Leon, Balwalwa, and is it Pineda? When we get the top shot, we'll see it again.
But, you know, just all the same goal because
Troncoso,
they need
yes.
to be able to stop
Yeah.
the Cool Smashers from, you know, getting in more points.
Reyes and Troncoso complete the 6. Still alive. Chance ball. CREAMLINE will go to the number 1 option. And why not? Time and time again.
Defense, something that they need to tighten in the back row. She was, you know, to get to the ball.
Here, the new Cool Smasher is in as they are in the lead by now 8 after that service error. So now Coach Sherwin Meneses is trying to get Tots' feet wet, so to speak, you know, as Isa Pontillas also comes back. Bang Pineda back in. Chanel Cheng
also-
back in to serve.
I think the Lady Realtors will need to go back to what had worked for them in the previous sets. They were very smart with their offense, really not about power, but finding those, you know, good targets on the other side.
But Eliza Valdez with some power on that one, so it bounces out for a 22-13 lead. The defending champions are smelling it, so to speak, as the Santa Lucia Lady Realtors are staring down the barrel. Did I see Kyle Negrito also? I think they put in Kyle Negrito with Tots Carlos there. So now that it's towards the end of the set, maybe Coach Sherwin Meneses giving them some court time, some actual competition here. These are very important players and stars in their own schools. Kyle, of course, from FEU, setter, and Tots Carlos from the UP Lady Maroons. But this one is slipping now for the Lady Realtors. Having said that, Anne, what are the positives that they can take? I know they haven't lost yet, but they're 9 points down and CREAMLINE 3 points away. What are the positives that they can take here?
Well, for one, they did win set number 3, which means that they can do it. It's just a matter of being consistent throughout the set because we can't. Right now, the chemistry problem will still be there because it takes time, right? They need to work on that. But I think, yeah, they've done it in the third set. They need to play smart. First with their defense and with their offense. It worked eh. Hanapin mo lang yung butas. You find a way to score the point. Doesn't need to be a strong spike.
Phillips providing a wall there. An offensive block is the term for this one. Right down after Eliza Valdez with the attack. And it's not like they didn't battle in sets 1 and 2. Remember, they were right in it. It's just that the good teams, the better teams, just know when to really step on the gas at the right time. Carlos overshoots that one. So a couple of points straight. Sorry, Ann.
And I think one of the things also that we see in terms of differences would be there's more balanced scoring on the side of the Cool Smashers. So each and every player that you would see has some points, that they contributed. But on the other side, meron naman, yeah. But we keep mentioning some of the names, very specific names. I guess more support is needed.
In the meantime, Coach Sherwin Menes is blinking here. 3 straight points by the Lady Realtors. So he pulls out Tots Carlos and Kyle Negrito and brings back Michelle Gumabaw and Gia Morado to try to make sure that this job is done. That's why they put them in. The closers, so to speak.
And Gumabaw delivers.
It's Eliza Valdez back on deck, service deck, 2 points away from getting win number 1 now. Though another service error, that's a couple for her. Number 2, 3-time PVL Conference MVP is human, as we know, every now and then.
It's good to know.
Makes us all feel a little better about ourselves. Is that what it is? Combination play. Cheng had a left hand on it. Prado unable to finish the play. Phillips was there. Cheng will set it up for Aiza. Phillips again. Cheng again. Aiza again. Delayed by the block. Morado will give it back to Michelle Gumabaw, who has been on fire.
So much force into her attacks today. You feel the eagerness to play.
One of the most competitive players. Well, she's not like, the casual one. She will show her
She's
heart.
very competitive.
Yes, super competitive, and her heart is on the her sleeve. You know she's fighting. You know she's intense, as Panaga.
That's the
pumps it out.
perfect word. Intense.
Intense talaga, ever since. And not that one is better than the other. It's just iba-ibang style yan, di ba?
Yeah, different players would have different
Approaches.
approaches to how they play.
At saka different personalities. They
Yes.
really have all different personalities as the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers take set number 4. And that means, I just realized, Anne, they swept last year, the last time they played. That was a 20-game sweep, so nagpapatuloy yung kanilang panalo sa Open Conference. Here in your Premier Volleyball League, we'll take a break and we'll be back to wrap this baby up.